All right. This is what, number two, Jay? Number two of 2023? Number two, and we already got guests. Look at that. We're stepping up in a big way. No long in betweens for people to show up on the show. Well, I guess we can start off with how's everybody New Year's going? Everything looking up so far? I mean, we're only a couple weeks in, I know, but things could have already happened between January 1st and now. So
We're just so excited that it's already tax season and we are working and growing our business like really huge. So we're just excited. We're excited about that.
Very excited.
that's great. That's great. Well, and Jay, how are you doing, old timer? You all right up there? You know you're not struggling or
I'm
anything.
great.
We don't have
No,
to get anything, no walk or anything for you. Okay.
nope.
Okay.
2023, new beginning.
Okay.
Hopefully it's
All
right.
right. And and I heard, and I'm sure the people out there heard the ladies on the screen talking about taxes, and I'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves as our guests that we have starting off 2023. If you want to go ahead and take the floor, whichever one of y'all would like to go first.
Okay. I'll go first. My name is Allison Huggins. And of course, I work from home. I have a home based business. But this year, I decided to partner with Legendary Tax Services because I wanted to add some things to what I'm already doing. And with that said, I want to introduce Victoria Rayburn, who is the CEO of Legendary Tax Services.
Awesome, awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria Rayburn. I am the founder and CEO of Legendary Tax Service and Solutions. Just excited to be here. We've had this company for about 8 years. It's a virtual tax preparation company, and we're just so excited to be able to service clients all across the nation. We have tax preparers that are ready to go, that have been training since August 1st, and it has just been a beautiful year for us already. So 2023, we are up, ready, running, and ready to service as many clients as possible.
Yes.
So now, when you say virtual, I'm obviously there's customer contact. So do you do everything over like webcam services, or is it just through chat, or how do you go about that aspect of the business?
So we have an amazing app. We have an app. We do handle our clients through Zoom, but the app is a secure app where our clients can upload all of their documents. They'll take a nice little selfie to cut down on identity theft, and it's secure. And like I said, we can service clients, in every single state. So the app helps. We do phone calls, we do Zoom chats, whatever is more convenient for the client and what the client is comfortable with. That's how we're able to service all of these clients.
Has this come about since COVID, or was it before that, or
So
just recent?
we've had the app since 2016, but of course, whenever it came to COVID, we were already prepped, already ready to go. Our clients already knew what to do. So clientele jumped during that time because most people couldn't leave their home. So we were able to attract more clients nationwide, more tax preparers, of course, teaching them the business because everyone had to shift to this virtual reality, right? And we were already prepped years before. So we were thankful for that.
And Miss Huggins, how long have you been with the company so far? I know you said you just joined, I guess fairly recently, or have you been there for a while?
Yes, fairly recently, but one thing I can say, she has given me and other people everything we need to do taxes. It's very simple. She simplified everything because I will admit, years ago I was very intimidated, as are most people with doing their taxes or doing someone else's taxes. But she has a system that has made it very, very simple for people who prepare taxes. So I am very excited to have joined her.
Okay.
I got a quick question, and it's just to reassure the audience. Um, the preparers, the ones you hire, is there a screening or some background checks that makes them feel comfortable
Correct.
sending
It
their information
is.
to you?
So, with Legendary Tax Service, we have what we call the Legendary Tax Academy, and so all of our clients are they're registered with the IRS. They have to be able to get a pizza number, so background, all of that goes through the IRS. If they can't get a pizza number, then they can't be a preparer, right? So that's our screening process. And then we also do due diligence. There's a training through the IRS website that we make sure our clients all have taken that due diligence training. That's huge for us. If they don't get the software, right? And then we also have the legendary tax test. I want to make sure that they are not just what do I call them, Miss Allison? Input preparers, right? I want my preparers to actually know what they're putting into the software. Our software is very smart. It does everything for you, but we take training serious. My background, I used to be a teacher just a little bit.
Right,
Now I
right.
teach entrepreneurship. So we want to make sure that, the tax preparers actually know what's a credit, what's this, what's that. We want to make sure that they understand exactly what they're inputting and how to take care of their clients no matter what tax situation comes across their desk. We want to make sure that they are what everyone says maxed out, right? Has the max. So we have our academy for that, and our preparers in about 2 to 3 weeks they can be trained and know everything that they need to be able to help our clients.
Awesome. That's
Mhm.
good. Congratulations to you
Thank
Mhm.
you.
and you too, Miss Higgins.
So
Um,
most people typically that work for their company they already have the documentation, but the people that don't or don't get that documentation or pretty much work for themselves, contractors, people like us, Jay, yeah, us,
right.
we're in that category too. Um, so how would your company go about assisting those people like hairstylists, Uber drivers, people on YouTube, people on Twitch or any other platform where they're basically their own boss essentially, and they may or may not get documentation for their taxes.
So we are huge on, educating our clients, not just my preparers, but our clients. We want to educate them also. We have bookkeeping services that we offer. Those are just some of the other services that we offer. But most of the time, our clients come to us, they have never even looked at bookkeeping or anything. And we literally have to reconstruct their income, find expenses that are valid, right, to their certain business, and that's how we're able to help our clients. And then we set them up with bookkeeping going forward so that they will understand their expenses, and make sure that they're claiming all of their income. That's very important. And so we just kind of go through their books, reconstruct their income. For example, a hairstylist who charges, what type of styles do you charge for? If you do like sew-ins or wash and go or silk press, what's the price? What's the average amount of clients that you take care of during the week? Who are your clients during the week? So we help reconstruct those that income, and then we look at the expenses. How much is the shampoo? How much is the hair color? Just the different things that the stylist has to actually pay for in their business. So that's just an example, but we have a list. We have a tax prep checklist that we make sure the clients have, and that kind of jogs their memory. Yes, I paid for that. Yes, I paid for water. I paid, whatever. I have to pay for this. And so those are expenses that they can claim. And the majority of the time, our clients have no idea that, even just the little things, even down to the paper clip that they use to clip their papers together, that's a write off. So we are experiencing that. Our tax preparers, that's something we love. Our gig workers, as we call them. So we make sure that you all are thoroughly, thoroughly taken care of in that aspect.
Now, I know that the numbers have been going up in these self-employment entrepreneurships. So, do you see a high increase in that those type
We
clients?
We do. So over the past, like you all said, since COVID, we have seen an uptake. I've always specialized in taking care of our Schedule C clients. Those are gig workers, self-employed. So we specialize in that definitely. But over the past few years, you've seen a lot of it, especially with like Uber and Lyft. All of these people, it's come along in the past few years and they've never really had a 1099 before. They've always been W-2 workers. And so with those 1099s, what do I do with this? Well, we can claim all of these expenses, right? So we really, like I said, we take pride in educating our clients so that for years to come, their businesses are set up properly, right? Their bank accounts are set up properly. They've separated their personal from their business. We take pride in that. So we just go that extra mile and give that extra little care. Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, just a quick question. What is the definition of AGI and what are the most common forms of gross income?
Okay, I'm gonna let Miss Allison take that one.
Okay. AGI, of course, that's your adjusted gross income, and you're right. A lot of people don't even know what that is. Um, that's the gross income minus adjustments to your income, and that can include if you're an employee, your wages, your salary, your bonus, commissions, your tips. It includes that as well. Business income, pretty much the income that you have coming into your household. That is your AGI, and we have to add all of that together, and that's your gross income minus the adjustment. It also includes, and a lot of people don't know this, it also includes, say, if you go to the casino and hit the jackpot, that's income to you. They have to file things on their end and you have to file it as income on your end. So you're gambling winning, whether it's legal or illegal, right? Um, it's taxable. So those are things that you do have to report.
So what about the losses at the casino?
Yeah, you can report those are, you can definitely report your losses.
Yeah.
That'll just
Oh,
subtract
I did.
from your winnings. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 Jay.
No, I don't care. But
You-
people probably lose more than they win.
Know
So
that, just keep
right.
a
They
tab of
don't.
it. Keep a tab of what you're losing also. So that's
Yep.
important. That's a great question. Yeah.
yeah.
Keep track.
And
So
so,
oh,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead. You were.
No, because you don't know about this.
Oh
What's the
wow.
difference? What's the difference in filing, married and or single? What are the advantages or disadvantages of it? Or filing separate if you're married or
You want me to take
jointly?
Yes,
you want me to
ma'am.
take one? I
Yes,
can.
ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. So joint filers, they usually receive like a higher threshold of certain tax breaks, right? But there's sometimes it's beneficial. It just depends on the client and their certain situations. So if you're married, you're only eligible for certain tax breaks if you file a joint return. Couples who file separately, they lose the opportunity to claim earned income tax credit, which that's huge. They also lose the American Opportunity Credit. They go to college, they can claim that. They can't claim it if they file separately. And then the Lifetime Learning Credit also. So all of these educational expenses that could be up to a $2,000 credit would be lost, right? And then married filing separately, you can't take the student loan interest deduction either. So again, the joint filers, they have a higher income threshold for certain tax breaks, deduction for contributing to an IRA. Even if the spouse does not work, they can contribute to an IRA if they file married filing joint. Most people don't know that. That's huge when it comes to, retirement, saving for retirement. And so if you're married filing separately, you may face a higher tax rate and pay more tax. That's it in a nutshell.
Now, what I'm listening to you is makes sense to file jointly. Why is that option?
So
Why
some
would people take that separate
Right. So in
marriage?
some cases, a husband or a wife may owe back taxes They may owe child support, so those may be the reasons behind it. It just depends. And that's why we take every case individually, and we want to look through your files and make sure your documents and make sure we're giving you the best filing status for your situation. So we always consult with our clients and make sure that, we give them the options. And then, of course, again, educate. You'll hear me say that multiple times. Educate the client on which status is best for them to take.
Okay.
Go
And
ahead, young man.
I wanted to circle back real quick to something I heard previously before we continue on, because I think this kind of ties into the next point. You were mentioning about bookkeeping. Now, if they wanted to have bookkeeping, is that somebody that's assigned to them directly, or is this like at the beginning of each year for your tax prep? Um, for the like you have that bookkeeper for the tax prep, or is that somebody that's with them the whole year to keep them on top of their finances and things like that?
So we do have referrals. We do refer out for bookkeeping. We have individual tax preparers. Every single one of my tax preparers, they are business owners, right? They are entrepreneurs. They have their own business, and we're just teaching and giving them a platform for entrepreneurship. So along with tax prep, we are also teaching bookkeeping, right? So that tax preparer can be your bookkeeper. They know your files. They can be your tax preparer at the end of the year. They can keep up with everything, and then there's apps that can keep up with that. But they are learning that as they go. So that will be, whoever you choose, excuse me, or whoever in Legendary, we could assign you to someone that could take care of your bookkeeping throughout the year. But I do want to go a little bit further with that. During the year, most of the time people come to us the first year, right? And they have never done bookkeeping at all. And so we in 1 week we're doing a year's worth of reconstructing and bookkeeping. So of course we have to pay charge for that. But after that, our clients are going to be set up to where they'll understand how to keep up with their books, or they'll be able to hire us as their bookkeeper for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Is there a particular app that you recommend that works best for your company that they use as a bookkeeping app?
I use QuickBooks. There are many
QuickBooks.
different apps out there, but I really like QuickBooks a lot. Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. So now in the event something does occur, like let's say the numbers aren't correct when you're filing, not saying that this would actually happen, but if you do end up owing money to the IRS, what are like some of the options that are provided to the individual as far as repayment options or ways they can avoid going to jail would be the worst case scenario.
Do you mean when after we prepare the taxes and
I'm
they
sorry.
owe? Do you
Yes.
mean that after
Yes,
the
ma'am.
taxes are prepared now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Well, of course, unfortunately, that happens, and people do owe. But we at Legendary, we are able to accept if they do owe and they want it to be filed, we are able to accept debit cards, credit cards for them to pay their tax filing fee. We also accept Klarna. So meaning that they don't have to pay everything right there. Say if they owe, I don't know, $1,000, but they don't have to pay the whole $1,000 right then and there or whatever we charge them. We could actually set up a payment plan for them to be able to file their taxes because most tax preparers or people that's doing your taxes, they want you to pay everything up front
Yes.
before they will even file it. But we don't. You can make, payment arrangements through Klarna to do that. And that's a big option that we have because I don't know anybody else that does that.
Now, paying the IRS, what process do you have for that? Paying it back, you owe money to the IRS.
Okay, well
So
if you
they
owe,
paid your fees, they paid your fees, but
uh,
now they got a debt to the IRS.
okay,
What,
well
what, what
of course, you can write a check. Now that our IRS has it where you can pay right online, you can make payment arrangements. That's online as well.
do y'all
So that
set that up? Do you
No,
set
no,
that up?
no. You set that up yourself. You can just go to the IRS website and they have a way that you can pay right online, whatever is convenient for you. You can say if you don't, if we file the taxes and you don't pay anything, you will receive a letter from the IRS and they will give you your options on how to pay. So that's strictly up to you and them.
A little bit further with that is in our software. At the end, if a person wants to go ahead and take care of their tax bill, they can do direct debit. They can, and we have like a coupon, a payment coupon where they can pay also. So we'll direct them on how to make that payment. And the IRS has payment plans, so they will be able to set that up also. But through our software, as soon as we do the check, do the tax return at the end, we'll say, "Hey, you owe this amount." You can opt to pay a portion right then and there,
Mhm.
as soon as it's filed, or whatever you want to pay, or the full amount. So, like Miss Allison said, she's correct. You can go on the website, the irs.gov website, and pay there. But then you can also pay at the time of your return, and different amounts also.
Uh, it, can you enlighten the audience of what's the process if you don't keep up with the payment plans? What's possible? Do you have anything, or if you come up next year, the following year, you owe, and you still hadn't paid the
I
previous year?
mean, the answer to that is Webster Snipes. We already got a prime example of that. What you
Love
mean?
I suggest that anyone set up a payment plan with the IRS. They will work with you. They really will. If you happen, the previous year, so say for 2021, you file your taxes and you did not pay, of course, there are going to be penalties, monthly penalties, and they get to be, so go ahead and pay if you can. But if not, set up those payment plans. And then the next year, if you happen to not owe, you have a baby or, credits or whatever, then you get a refund. They're going to take that refund. They're going to take that refund until they're paid. So just be careful with that. I always tell my clients communication with the IRS is important. If you owe, set up a payment plan, call them. They are there for that. They'll help you.
Does that answer your question, Jay?
Yes, yes. Yeah, there's people out there in those
I
situations. I
mean,
hear about it all the time. So I just, it's a
Mhm.
good opportunity. We got two professionals here.
of
Get,
course.
give them
Of
some
course. I mean,
advice.
everybody should know what happens if you don't pay your taxes. We already had a live example of that.
Or
I'm
many
just,
of them.
I'm just
Pay your
saying.
taxes.
Pay your
Don't
taxes, that's
evade them.
right.
Let us help you. That's why. So another thing, that's why you hire professionals, so we can make sure that those types of situations don't happen. We can set you up in the right place, make you not so afraid, not so scared, right? We may be able to help you reduce some of that, um, some of those taxable. We can do look backs. We can go back and look at your
Okay.
previous year returns to make sure, if you did them yourself before, we'll go back and we'll look back. And if we have to do an amendment, we can do that, because the past 2 years have been really, really nice when it comes to getting refunds. But this year, everything has gone back to normal, back to pre-COVID numbers. So those 20, $30,000 returns that people were getting, they've gone back to 6, 5. They've gone back
They were
down.
getting 20, 30.
I'm saying, we're
What business was that? But no, that's
I'd like,
good to hear that some people would get those type of refunds. But yeah, yeah. So now the bar. People get used to a certain amount of money coming back. Now it's good that you brought it up. That hey, reality is back. It's
It
back
is.
to the same format that we had before. So
Yeah.
And that's
now
why having
now
a professional being able to actually give you all the credits that you are in deductions, being able to find those that you may or may not know of. We study those tax laws. We study that. So we're able to, there are things that you may or may not know that you can deduct, and we can help with that. Definitely.
I had a quick question because it just came up.
Mhm.
That tuition forgiveness
Yes.
stuff. I've heard that they are taxing the students who get that as income, like they receive income that year. Is that true, or is that
So
something that they have to look at?
depends on your state.
Okay,
I've seen that too. Nothing is in stone. None of that has gone through yet. None of that. But
okay.
um, it just depends on your state. And so there's a state tax and there's a federal tax. So two separate entities. So it just depends on your state.
I don't like that.
No, most students don't.
That's not that. Well, we'll see how that turns out. But of course, with doing taxes, especially tax preps, there's I guess it's not really criteria, but a checklist that you all have to go through as far as when you have your clients. I guess could you just walk us through those steps or what all is needed when you start the tax return process?
Yes, we do. We can provide a checklist, business checklist as well as individual, and it's just to get jog people's memories of what they need in order to file their taxes correctly. And Victoria, can you tell us some, I guess, some detailed things of what we'll be looking for?
So again, going back to let's do the business checklist for our gig workers or for self-employed, right? There are different expenses like advertising that you can claim. We're just going to basically jog your memory. If you have a home-based business, you have electricity, you use your cell phone, you use, um, internet, all of those things are deductible. We can use a certain percentage of that. So your professional will Legendary sends out the tax prep checklist for all the income, right? You may get forms in the mail, a 1099. No one knows what a 1099 is, right? A 1099 miscellaneous. Well, that checklist, it has it on there, and it also has a detail of what that is. That's for income. And our checklists are separated to where these forms you'll get for income. If you receive this, send this to us. This is credits. If you receive this in the mail, send this to us. Or if this is a situation that relates to you, let us know, right? So everything is broken down and it's a two-page checklist, but we want to make sure we're not missing anything and that we're jogging our clients' memory just to say, hey, yes, this came in the mail. A 1095A if they have the marketplace insurance. A lot of people don't know that they have that or don't know that that's an important form. Well, it's a form saying that you got insurance through the marketplace and we need that form and it has to be filled out. So, as professionals, we're making sure that you all have that our clients know what the form is, first of all, and that we actually need that and that it'll help you in the long run.
Okay, I got a question. So what if they don't have if they don't know, they don't
Mhm.
keep up with this paperwork, they're not gonna have be organized to the point where they have all this information. Is there a
So that's
process
what
that you
the
help them retrieve it?
Right. So that's what the checklist is for. And if they're like, okay, yeah, we ask questions. So we have an intake interview and we're going to interview that client and we're going to ask them a series of questions that's going to, help them find it. And if, like you said, if they can't find it, we'll take them right to the website and help them retrieve that. So, and it doesn't take long at all. On our software, I have for all of my preparers, I have a side that has like just different things like the healthcare.gov, irs.gov, just different references where we can just do a click. We can go and help you and walk you through, show you how to do it. And they've been trained on this also. All of our preparers at Legendary, all types of scenarios. We do role play scenarios. So we make sure that these types of questions are incorporated so that our clients can, know how to get these things also.
Thank you.
So
Let's talk about kids now,
All
children.
right.
Filing kids, kid tax credit for kids for an individual to file for children. And when does that point come where you no longer can get tax credit for the child?
So you want me to answer that, Miss Allison?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So they can claim the child tax credit up to for dependent children for up to 18 years old, right? They have to be U.S. citizen, and And if they're in college, up to 24 years, but they have to still be in college.
Full time?
Full part-time, full-time, be in college. Yes. And so there is a limit on income. So the child tax credit is phased out when the AGI, which is what we adjusted gross income, what we discussed earlier, reaches 110,000 for joint filers and 55,000 if married filing separately. So that married filing separately makes a huge difference. And then 75,000 is the income threshold for single filers.
So let me get this clear. 75,000 if you're single.
Single or
If you
head of
make
household.
above that, you don't get that credit.
It phases out for $50 for every thousand over that amount.
Okay.
So
Okay.
$50 for each thousand over the
The
AGI,
75.
over the, yeah. So it's like a
Yes.
phase out, which is nice,
Okay.
which is kind of
Okay.
nice. And of course, the more children, you know, the more children, the higher it is. So
Now, I remember at one time it was 17, wasn't it?
say it
Not
again.
18, when the child up to 17 and then
So it
Mhm.
is for children who are in school. They have to be in school. So if they're still in
Okay.
high school, if they're in college, still can claim those kids.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So now, for clarity, the single, is that adding the person filing and the child's income that they're making together, or does the child income not get counted at all, and it's just the
So
person?
up to a certain amount. So I believe it's like 4,200. The children don't have to claim their taxes. So it is for that individual who's the head of the household.
Okay,
Or and then of course single, it's not gonna make a difference, but head of household is up to 75,000
okay, and that's 4,200 per year, correct, or is that
for the
42?
child. So
Mm,
if you have a child, a teenager that is in school, and I'm sorry, that works, and they have a W-2 and it's under 4,200, then they don't have to claim that income. But if it's over that, then they do. And in our software, it's going to kind of walk us through and just kind of show us if, and we're going to ask that question: did your child make over this amount? So if so, they'll file their taxes separately. And in some cases, the parent can still claim certain credits for that child, but that child will have to file a separate tax return.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That information, because some people think because they're working and they're under my roof, they don't have to file, you know,
Oh, oh, yes,
but they
yes.
do. After a certain amount, after
After a certain
4,200.
amount, yes. Mhm. And we will take care of those cases individually. If parents have a question, just contact us at Legendary Tax Service and we'll be able to walk them through that.
And now, you mentioned something earlier as far as counting credits, and I heard you saying using your cell phone. Now, is that something you can elaborate on, or is that just like, because I was trying to think like how do you claim a cell phone as a tax credit when that's something you may not be using 24/7, or I'm just trying to figure out, is it just a bill that you would
It's
claim?
a business expense. It's
Mm-hmm.
a business expense, and you have to have a business, of course. And if you're using that phone for business purposes, and especially home-based businesses, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
specific to that. If you have a business line that you only do business, we can claim that 100%. But if you are a gig worker and you use it for personal and for business, then we can do 25%. So this is a formula. So y'all listen to this. So the monthly bill times 12,
Mm-hmm.
then 25% of that is what we can use, or however many months that person was in operation of that business. Does that make sense? You can
Yeah.
use
Yes, sir.
25% of that. Mhm.
And now for the business, they have to have like LLC or something like that, or can it just
They don't they
like?
don't have to have an LLC, but we do need to know that that was a real business. So,
Mm,
some people take cash payments. We can reconstruct that income, right? And we'll show them how to further from that time on get receipts, give receipts, right? And keep
mm,
up with their book. We offer those services, of course. But yes, we will make sure that we can reconstruct that income. That's all part of it. So if a person has never set up their business, filed it with the state, we help with that also. So we help set up LLCs, doing business as. However, there are people who do daycare or babysit on the side. That's a business, right? And we
Hmm.
help them identify that and we help them set their business up properly for years to come. Because a lot of people have what we call side hustles,
Right.
right? And they are spending a lot of money on these side hustles. They're earning income, but they're scared to claim that. But we want to show them how this is a business, right? You can, whether you take cash, check, whatever, you have clients. We can notate those clients, right? How many children do you take care of a week? How many kids do you babysit a week? We can take that income and then what are you spending? Are you spending money on gas to go to these homes? Are you buying food while you're there, while you're at work? Are you eating? Just so many different things. Are you using your cell phone to call and set up the appointments? Are your clients calling you? Those are expenses. And so, like I said, we believe in educating our clients. And in our intake interview, these are the kind of things that I'm going to ask. And Miss Allison will ask just to say, hey, what do you do on the side? You only made $12,000 a year from your job. How are you taking care of your family? Is there something else that you do on the side? And usually they braid hair, they, do hair, whatever. And we can recognize that. And that's when the expenses come into play. And then we can help them set up that business and kind of scale their business even more because they're properly set up.
Mhm.
May have to start claiming my cell phone going forward. I'm just
You're gonna have to come
There
to
you go.
Legendary Tax Service
I'm
and let Miss
just,
Allison take care of you.
There you
I'm just
go.
saying, the 25%. I'm just saying. I mean, Jay, you can make that face if you want to. I mean, this is kind of a business, I gotta maximize while I'm here. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, so what about the PPP loans?
Okay.
Now,
So what do you
how does that affect the filing and starting and maintaining a business?
So the PPP loan is not taxable, and you're going to file your taxes basically the same way. Thank goodness that they did it like that. You don't have to claim that. You still claim your expenses. You still claim your income that you made, but that was a loan, that was a grant, not taxable. Mhm.
I should have got one. No, be
Listen,
great. Oh, I surely could have done some work with that, but I get it. Now, who's eligible for the earned income credit?
Go ahead,
Miss,
Victoria.
you want me to answer it?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So the earned income credit can be claimed by workers with qualifying children who meet certain tests and in limited cases, childless workers. So the maximum EIC is $1,502. If the taxpayer has no qualifying children, it's $3,618 if the taxpayer has one qualifying child. It's $5,908 $80 if the taxpayer has two qualifying children, and three qualifying children is $6,728. That's for three kids. So to qualify, taxpayers who are married and file joint must have earned income and AGI under the following amounts. And we talked about this briefly, but married filing jointly with one qualifying child has to be under $48,108. That's the AGI, the adjusted gross income. Married filing jointly with two qualifying children, $53,685, and married filing jointly with three or more children, $57,414. So there are limits with everything, and we can work through those details. I know that was a lot, but we can kind of work through that. So EIC can be claimed by workers with qualifying children. Who's
So, I'm listening to everything. It's almost, and I'm speaking from a single
mhm,
person. it's nothing. It's no breaks for a single person when it comes to taxes. It seems like if you have a child, that's the only time you get any
So
breaks.
so
It's
yeah,
like
so it's $1,502 if you have no qualifying children for the earned income tax credit. So yeah, it's there. It is there. You just,
it's small, but
children are expensive. So, you
I
know.
get that. I get that, but I think that this is kind of in online with taxes and everything. That somebody not having a kid, they sh- they should be penalized for it in a sense. It seems
Well, they're
like they're
not.
being penalized for it in a sense
They're just
to me.
taxed at a higher rate. I mean, that's it. But if you have, so these are some, I just want to explain just a little bit to you guys about gig workers and having a tax break for a home-based business. So, everyone is starting these home-based businesses after COVID, and it's huge. They're W-2 workers. They, work a job, right? They're taxed heavily. They come on the side and they have a podcast, right? They have these other businesses on the side hustles. Join Legendary Tax Service as a tax preparer, and they have their income from their W-2, and then they have all these expenses and income that they're getting from this side business. And there's so many tax advantages and tax breaks for having a W-2 income plus having a side hustle on the side. So a lot of people, that's why they do Uber and Lyft, because they have all these expenses that they can, take, and it's a tax advantage. So if you're single and you've never had a business on the side, let us help you set up a business, a little side hustle, something that you may be interested in, whether it's photography, whatever it is, driving Uber or Lyft or whatever. That really helps when you're single and you need those tax breaks. Definitely does.
Satisfied now?
Oh, take that. Gotcha. Got it.
Oh, so for for the tax preps personally, do you prefer it when your customers come in early to do their tax prep, or would you rather them be like a week before the deadline or 2 weeks before the deadline to file their taxes? Just as a personal preference for those that do tax returns or prep
Well,
them.
just for the clients in general, as soon as they get their paperwork, we're prepared and prepped to be able to help them. So as soon as they know everything has come in the mail, all their W-2s, all their income, whatever, documentation they need to file their tax returns, it's no sense in sitting on it. Bring it on in, let us take care of you.
Well, I mean that makes sense, but I know some people that like to sit on it and wait and to the last second to get it all in the mail and everything.
Because they owe.
And that may be
Because
true.
they owe.
That may be true. I don't know. I don't
Who's
know
gonna
their. I
rush to
don't know.
pay?
I don't know their records like that.
It's true. That is the one of the reasons that people wait is because they owe, but it doesn't go away,
No,
right?
it
It
doesn't
doesn't.
go away. That's right.
So,
So
go ahead.
no, 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 no. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was saying, let a professional help you. Like I said again, the tax breaks when you own a business and you have a have the W-2 income. A lot of people are starting those businesses because they're understanding and they're being educated on those tax breaks.
Okay, when is it? When do people try to get these extensions? Try to extend the time that they have to file, even though, like Tack was saying earlier, that they wait the last minute or wait to the end. Usually, they want an extension. Uh,
Mhm.
What what warrants that, and what are the benefits or the disadvantages of that?
So, if you owe, you'll still get certain tax penalties because you have, gone past the tax deadline. But getting the extensions, they help because October, our tax season goes from, January 23rd this year all the way until October 15th or around that time. So April 15th is the end of tax season, but it's still extended on until October 15th. You have cases where we've had a lot of natural disasters, right? The tornadoes. Those people may not have their paperwork. They may have already gotten them and they're destroyed in a tornado, and so they have to recoup those that paperwork, all that lost. They have to get their social security card. So it's just different instances, different scenarios that people don't have everything in order and they need that little bit more time. So
So do the government penalize them even though it was a natural storm, a storm? Okay,
no,
okay.
mm-mm,
For
they
the
don't. And they will let you know, and we can let our clients know if you're in this natural disaster area, we'll be, you have this type of extension. And there may be some credits there or some breaks there for them also. So we're able to identify those for our clients.
and this is nationwide for you. You could get people from
Nationwide,
other states.
nationwide.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Y'all
matter.
hear
All
that, right?
50
These
states.
that's right.
All 50
That's right.
states.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So booking, tax prep. I mean, what else? What else is is Legendary Tax Service able to do? Like let us the people know.
It's all in one. It's all in one. They do it all.
All in one. I'm an insurance broker. Miss Allison does insurance. We are, we have a network of entrepreneurs that do different things. We have credit repair, just business consulting. We set businesses up. We do all of that. So you will find once you connect and network with Legendary that you are going to be opened up to a plethora of services that we offer. Definitely.
And how many years have your ladies been doing this? Again?
So for taxes, about 8 years for me, but my background, I used to be a bank manager, mortgage broker. I've done a lot in this industry, in this field. So insurance is fairly new to me, but I do help with infinite banking and creating wealth and wealth capture. I'm huge on that. So we're, like I said, it's all about educating. Financial education, financial literacy is our thing. I have Legendary Wealth Academy also. And so I'm really wanting to educate my community all the way around. We get them in with taxes, they become our clients, our family, right? And then our services are extended out, whatever they're interested in. If they're interested in credit repair, if they're interested in insurance, learning how to, protect their family and creating generational wealth, we help with all of those services.
So I guess the next question is what's next? I know you're doing everything virtually. Would you ever consider doing like a an actual physical location and then start branching out from there? Or I mean, because I know virtual is the biggest, the best thing to do right now because of everything that's going on and the way that everything is going. But would you ever consider doing like one physical location and then branching out from there so that way people can actually walk in? Because I know some people prefer to talk to somebody face to face and sit down and have that communication interaction with somebody. Uh,
We are working on that. Coming out of COVID is a little bit different, right? Before
mm,
I had a location, I do have locations in Texas. I'll have a new. I'm from Mississippi, so I have a new location in Mississippi. But here in Atlanta, I just don't have a physical location.
mm.
But I do have an office building that I have access to, and we can go and we can meet our clients. So I do have some clients that just they want to see me in person or see Miss Allison in person. We can set those meetings up also. It's no problem. But next year we will have a corporate office in Atlanta and we'll also have a few spot locations around. But we want for our tax preparers to be able to help our clients. If you all notice in like Walmarts, there are people lined up for hours and hours waiting on tax to get their taxes to do. But we don't want to have that for our clients. We offer the convenience, the secure app to where our clients don't have to wait in line from the comfort of their home. We can get on a Zoom call or a cast just like this and work one-on-one with our clients like we're in their house, they're in our office, and it's the same thing. the same thing.
Yes.
Very convenient.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. This is the first time I even heard of virtual. I heard TurboTax and things like that, but I'm talking about like a company like yourself. So,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
it's awesome. Uh,
Yeah, we have over 225 preparers from, I have a preparer in Alaska, I have one in Hawaii, all over the United States. So we are nationwide, literally. We're heavy in
awesome.
the
Well,
South, if you all can hear my accent, but we are, we're nationwide.
Mhm.
Definitely.
congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Or do you have anything else, Jay? Because I think, like you said, the phone thing was pretty much was mind blowing for me. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's me because I'm in the younger generation, and that's like an attachment of my hand. Having the phone. So the fact that I can claim that on my taxes is
Well,
pretty
now,
pretty interesting.
claim that. I mean, I'm sure you have an office. You can claim a percentage of that, because that's where you're working. So
Mm,
you just have to, you just have to, and that's why we're here to help you with that, because these are things that people usually don't think of, but you can write certain things off being a home-based business, and production is a home-based business. So,
The
that's what we're
water
here
that
for.
you use in your house.
Yeah,
mm.
Write that off too. So talk to us, schedule an appointment with Miss Allison.
Right.
yeah.
She'll educate you. She'll take care of your taxes, but she'll also educate you on what you can write off and what you should be keeping up with.
One quick question though. The office. You do you have to know the dimensions of the office?
You can
Is
use up to
that an
300
issue?
square feet. You can use up to 300, but we
Eh,
kind of need to know, the square
Okay.
footage of your office and your home. And
Right.
we'll show you where to find that. That's public record. So we'll help you with that.
Well, this has been very enlightening for me. I don't know
Yes,
about
it
you,
has.
Jay, but I
It
mean,
has.
after all the talks we've had about convenience,
I
and now
should
you're
have
like,
got a
oh,
PPP loan. I realized that.
well, I mean, hey, I think you can still do it, right?
I'm not, but yeah.
But
But no,
go ahead.
no, no, no. Good.
No, I
No,
was just gonna think.
I love this.
Go
okay.
ahead, man. Go ahead, man. You got the
No,
floor.
no. I just wanted to thank them. I just wanted to thank them for their time and for being here. I really appreciate it, and I learned a lot. And hopefully, I'll go on the website and ask a few more questions offline.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Wonderful.
I would like to thank you all, but tax season is here, January 23rd. The IRS, they're taking your taxes in. We are preparing. We have done some people's taxes, but of course we can't submit it to the IRS until January 23rd, all the way up until April 18th. Okay. And then
okay.
if you need anything after that, of course you will have to get the extension, and we also do that as well. If you want to schedule a 30-minute interview or a 30-minute consult, please give me a call, and Victoria and I will take care of you. The number is 678-750-3041. And you can schedule a 30-minute interview, and we can just kind of see, what you have going on and see what will work best for you.
Okay.
Now, is there a cost for that 30 minutes? Is that
No, it's free. It's a free
Consultations.
consult.
We want to make sure you guys
Yeah,
have
we
what you
just want to make sure that you're good. Yeah,
The
absolutely.
first one is free.
uh,
I see.
The
The
first
first
one,
consultation is free.
yes.
well, let's try to get everything done in the first shot, everybody, please.
Exactly. And so, again, we are often offering advances up to $6,000. Our bank is EPS Financial. And so we do offer those because they're coming off of Christmas. A lot of people are broke right now. And with the earned income credits and all of that, it takes, the mid-February to March for them to get their checks back, their refunds back. So we do offer advances up to $6,000. So I wanted to throw that out there. Mhm.
N-
Yeah, they like to hear that.
Is there a website as well for Legendary Tax, or was it just the number that you mentioned just a few moments ago?
Yes. Miss Allison, if you want to share, your affiliate link, you can.
Okay.
Is there a way that she can put that in the chat box?
Oh yeah, I'll
Please.
have it in the
Absolutely.
descriptions when the video went. Well, when as this video is posted, it'll be in the description below. Excuse me.
Okay.
Um, so they'll be able to click on that as well. So if you just want to send it to me, I'll make sure to add it to the description of the video.
Okay. Will do. I can do that.
Alrighty. Well, was there anything else, Jay? You good? Because I'm good. Like I said, I'm
Good.
good. Like
I'm
I'm
good.
already I'm ready. I'm ready for my taxes. I don't know about you, but I'm
Oh
good.
yeah.
We're looking for
Well,
those schedules to come across those appointments to come across our desk.
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
right. That's right. And one thing I just want a lot of times people use their last pay stub for the end of the year.
It's illegal. We're not doing it. We can't do it.
See?
So
Good.
it's
Good.
not,
See,
not,
you heard that. It's
yeah,
illegal to do that.
Yeah.
legal. And another thing is that it is there are things that will be missing, and the
That's right.
IRS is going to get your W-2. They're not going to get your last paycheck stub. So there are things that could help you in the long run. You could get a larger refund. So just be careful with preparers that are offering last paycheck stub. It's not accurate. It's not an accurate return, and the client could be fined, and the preparer could be fined for that and audited. So,
Oh, we're not quite over yet. One more thing. Now, I heard a situation. I think it happened here in Georgia as well. Um, something happened where they got their refunds early through this company. Kind of like what you're offering. And when they were, I guess, giving money out, they couldn't get money back or something like that because they got paid for it in advance, and the checks went to the
so
to
we
the
use a company, we use a bank. Pathward is the company, EPS Financial. Um,
Mhm.
no one's refund is ever deposited into Legendary Tax Service. Never, right? We
Right.
do extract our fees, and that's why we use a bank. So we use those banks in order to intercept our fees, but immediately it's deposited, direct deposit, or however, a check, card, however you want to receive your refund, it goes directly to your account. But we do not deposit into ours. Legendary does not give out checks. We do have checks from the bank if a client opts for that type of reimbursement, but we would never do that.
Right,
We-
right, because of that situation, what could happen, and
exactly.
a
Run off with
lot of
your
people
money.
got caught in
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we
So
use, like I said, EPS, and our clients will be able to call. It'll be a contract in their paperwork, everything. They'll know the fees up front. Everything is going to be detailed in that return. And you'll be able to look in your app, your Legendary Tax Service app, and kind of see the details of where your tax preparer is on your return. You'll be able to talk to your preparer through that app. So your preparer can't just turn their phone off, right? So it's going to come to us, and we have an entire admin team that's overseeing all of this. We have a compliance team to make sure that the tax returns are in compliance with the IRS. So it's not just me and Miss Allison. We have a huge team of preparers and an admin team that oversees all the tax returns.
Mhm.
okay, so they have access to this all year, 24/7, pretty much
Their
in a
app.
sense.
Mhm. Yes. Mhm. It's an app that you download
So
on your
like not after tax season, you MIA, they can't find you. You got this source of information and resources available to your clients all through the year. After
And they'll
tax
be able to
season, yeah.
exactly after tax season, they'll be able to log into their app. Again, with some of our clients that were devastated by the tornadoes, if they've lost their information, it's in that app because they took a picture of it. So if they lost a social security card, they can log into the app. It's a secure login, and they'll be able to see a copy of their driver's license, their last W-2. They'll be able to see whatever information they've uploaded into that system, their tax return. They'll be able to have a reference to it. And it's secured by login, it's password protected, all of that.
Yeah, because that is important when you purchase a home. They want the three tax
Mhm.
returns
Yes.
from previous tax returns. So,
Mhm.
okay, no, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Or I mean, you were on a roll. I was just gonna keep let you keep
I
going, man.
just
Like,
it's a couple things that came about that I saw people got caught, and people were upset, and it was serious. So, and then people worry about, I get my taxes done, then something comes up, I don't have access to that person who prepared my taxes because tax season is over.
mhm.
So you provide that kind of service. So just to reassure them that what they're getting when they come to your tax service.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I mean,
And
I,
you
I
worry
think
about your phone. You worry about your phone.
I'm not
So
worried about my phone. I'm just saying I was in shock the fact that I can get 25% back for being in a business.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying. Like, how many people? I guarantee you, all the people that watch this don't know that.
Get, you
that's right.
get
That's right.
expense.
I didn't know that.
Back.
I,
So yeah, it'll help. It'll help with your bottom line.
I think people, when they think of business, like I think one of the gentlemen said, do you have to have an LLC? No, you don't have to have an LLC. If you are running a business from your home, I mean, you can, of course, but it doesn't have to be registered with the state in order for you to have a business from your home. Absolutely
Yeah, Jay, what they said.
not.
Yeah.
But
So now you get 20% off your Boost phone.
yep. Hey, phone regardless, still 20% off. I'll take it.
Just-
No,
no,
but
ladies, I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
yes, we really appreciate your time. And like I said, if you just want to send me that link, we'll make sure we'll have it in the description for the people that are watching this video. And before we head out, was there anything else you'd like to discuss? And I know you always got something to say. What you want, old
Yeah,
man?
I want to put them on the spot. Are you willing to come back again?
Absolutely.
Definitely, most definitely. I
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'll
love
put you on the
this.
spot. So, hey, everybody
You
hear
heard it
that?
here.
They'll be back because it might be some responses that people want to talk to you about
Mhm.
after it's posted, and it'd be nice if you could come back and address
Definitely.
some of
Just
those
let us know.
questions.
Let us know. Absolutely.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed our first guests of 2023. Thank you again, Legendary, for accompanying us on this
Absolutely.
start of 2023. We hope you enjoyed yourselves, and thank you again, Jay. You're old. I just want to leave with that, and we will see you all
Thank
next
you.
week. You all take care.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye
Happy
bye.
New Year.
Thank